Yes, correct. See here. So under this computer configuration, password, it is very slow. Let me just go slow by one. Yeah. So I think, yeah. So yeah, here you can see it. Yeah. So can you be able to see this? Can you able to open this? Okay. So under the configuration mode, so you have to go to the computer configuration. Okay, if PC is under domain, group policies of DC has to be updated. Yes, correct. In PC values are not editable, right, sir? Because ultimately these settings will be applicable at your domain controller. That means your Active Directory server will be there, right? So those things you have to implement. Let me just. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, yes, I'll share you, sir. I think if PC is under domain, the group all of DC has to be updated. Yes, correct. So if because otherwise you have to do each and every PC, that means it is. I think if it is more PCs are there, then it is not suggestible, and also I think it cannot be editable because the controller will be taken care by the main PCs. Okay. If you just push this all those things value anyway, I think the domain you have the domain policies as per the domain policies. If Active Directory server is updated with the so on policies, the same policies will be reflected to the all the domain users. Okay. So these are some of the things I think. Yeah. Anyway, I will share you this PDF manual also, sir. Anyway, I will be showing you this manual thing. This yeah. So under the computer configuration, policies, Windows settings. Yeah. I think it is my PC is very slow. Yeah, so yes, sir. I think you can share. You can just go one by one. This is a very good document. I think what exactly you need to do and how to do it. So everything is given. So the thing is like I think you have to put effort from your side also by installing these tools. So I suggest you to anyway you have a virtual machines, right? I think you are using some kind of virtual machines through VirtualBox or some kind of things, right? So you have to see each and every PC and how these steps have been given. So you can do each and every steps. Okay. Let me just yeah. It is somewhat slow. Yeah. So here you can see. Yeah. Let me just otherwise. Yes, in CDAC VLab it is already installed, sir. Yeah. CDAC VLab is already installed, sir. So I'll just go to this compute this directly through the manual. Yeah, CDAC VLab it is something this tools we have already kept, but I think PDF and all those things I have to check actually. Okay, I'll check it out that. Okay, let me just copy paste these things. I don't know whether it is copied from one PC to another PC. Yeah. So under the computer configuration policies. I think this is yeah. So yeah, account policies, password policies. Okay, so see like go to this account policies, security settings. Let me just go one by one. Okay, so under the local computer management, so there you have a security settings. Okay, just drop down, expand computer management. Go to the Windows settings. Under the Windows settings, go to the security settings. So there are like account policies are there. Expand account logout policy. Expand account password policies, right? So here you can see enforce password history. Double click it. So there you can see like my enforce history is set to 0. But whatever PDF is selling, it should set to 24 or more, right? So that means my compliance is pass or fail in my case. Fail, right? Perfect. So what is it has to what is your standard says? What your CA standard say? So what it has to set to the value for 24, right? So in my case, what I will do means I'll just change this value to the 24. Okay. And apply and click OK. Okay. So if you want more explanation also, you can go here. So anyway, that PDF I will share. So it's the same thing, maximum password age. So in my case, the maximum password is set to 42 days. But what your this tool report says, what is your tool report says? Maximum age is set to 60 or fewer days. Okay. So what is my whether it is compliance pass or fail in my case? Yes, pass because it is 60 or less, right? 60 or more, it is not telling no 60 or less. See here in my this thing is go to second point 60 or fewer days. That means my it is set to 42. So that means my compliance is pass. Okay. So then coming to the next point, the ensure minimum password is set to 1 or more days. Okay. So go to the tool minimum password age. So what is the minimum password age is in my case? Whether the compliance fail or pass? Fail. So what is your compliance? If my compliance want to pass, if I want to harden my PC, what exactly I need to change the value? Yes, perfect, Vijay. 1 or more days has to keep. Okay. So click. In my case, what I'll do, I just click to apply and OK, right? So that means I am hardened my PC each step by step. Okay. So what is the minimum password length I have to keep? So your document says the minimum password length is set to 14 or more, right? So what in my case, minimum password length, what is the minimum password length in my case? It is 0. So compliance pass or fail. I mean like whether my PC is hardened or not hardened. So my compliance is failed. That means my PC is not hardened. Yes, minimum password length is 8, but 8 abhi gaya sir. Now Jamana is gaya. So I think you have to keep more than 8 characters. So like basically like old things are there. We have to use 18 characters or 8 length. Now like more this complexity should be complexity or the length of the password should be from 8 to 14 characters. Okay. Now it has been increased. 14 means some password manager app shows. What is that, sir? What? Let me just check it out. What is it? 14 means the password manager app should run. No, sir. 14 means you have to, the length of the password will be the 14 characters. It should be like combination of your lowercase, uppercase, sir. It should be included. Okay, 14 character length. 8 characters now we should not use actually because nowadays the hackers are more intelligent. Okay. So such things you have to do. Minimum password a length audit. So as per your document says, what exactly your document is saying, it is set to enabled. Okay. But in my case, yeah, minimum password, what is it? Minimum password. Oh, sorry. This minimum password length is set to 14. Yeah. So another one is, yeah. Miss complexity. Complexity is set to the enabled. Yeah. So in my case, what it is disabled, right? That means my compliance is failed. That means if I give Tayyab also, the password will be taken. But what your hardened document says, your password should always should be complexity, right? So in order to avoid that headache, I given a disabled. But hardened point, security point of view, my security is compromised. Okay. So what you have to harden, then you have to give a in order to compliance your pass. What exactly you have to do? You have to give a enable, right? Okay. So here I am stopping this. Hope you enjoyed, right? I think so. I think I'll be sharing this day 1, day 5 PPTs along with this lab documents. So I think afternoon session we will be sharing. I think can you just if any doubts are there, you can just discuss in the WhatsApp group or mail also. I'm just posting my email ID here. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can mail me. Okay. So this is my email ID. So if you have any issues with respect to network system, security, malware point of view, virus point of view, if any guidance is required, so you can post it. Okay. So we also do some audit point of view, also security audits also we perform. So I think we'll meet again by after the lunch, sir. Okay. So we'll be sharing this PDF with you shortly. Sir, what about Linux OS? So that also part of class? Yes, Linux also I'll show you, sir. Because the same thing is also applicable. Yeah, Linux also I'll show you after the lunch section, sir. Okay. The same tool. So in my case, it is I'm running this Windows OS, right? So in this after the lunch session, we'll show you how to harden Linux OS. Okay. The Windows is completed. So Linux, how to harden, how to where exactly I have to do. So I'll show you that also. Okay. So we'll go for lunch break, sir, or shall we continue? Okay. Thank you, sir. We'll join by 2 p.m. Thank you, sir. Hello, hello. Hello. So can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay. Yeah. So I think we'll start this Linux hardening. In the morning, in the first session, we have seen how to harden this Windows machines, right? Windows machines and all those things. Now we will be seeing this what we say like how to harden it a Windows Linux machine, right? So see, in my case, I took one Linux machine here, okay? So same tool, I run the same tool. So since I'm using a Ubuntu 16.04 LTS, I selected the Ubuntu 16.04 LTS as a machine, okay? Yeah, so I think, are you able to see my screen, right? Okay, voice, no. Let me just, can you able to see now? Can you able to see my screen? Okay. So voice is okay. Voice is clear. Okay. Okay. ठीक है. So the same tool which we used for this hardened Hello. I think now you can able to see my screen and my audio also.
I can hear it, sir. It is visible now, sir. It is complete.
Can you able to see my voice? Can you able to hear my voice also, right? Yeah, sorry for that inconvenience. I think, sorry. Yeah. So, the tool which I'm using is Syscat, and we are basically in the hardening of the Linux machine, right? So, I think you have seen about this Windows, how to harden the Windows and how to find out the vulnerabilities and how to see the benchmark score and how to harden this compliance section and all those things. Okay. So, in my case, I'm using a Linux machine, which is an Ubuntu 16.04. Okay. So just in the drop down menu, I just took a platform as an Ubuntu machine. Okay. So next, so what is the profile I'm using as a level one? So in this also see here level one and level two. Okay. So level one is server and level one and level two. Both are workstation and server. Okay. But in my case, I am using as a this PC as a workstation. Okay. So then I'm not treating it as an what we like server. Okay. So that's what I'm selected level one, that to workstation. Okay. So yeah, so suppose if it is server is there, some kind of services are there. So if it is a web application related services are there, some database is there, some what we say like web services are all there. Then at that time you have to select this server edition, right? So but in my case I am took as a workstation. So next, so same thing, HTML format, CSV format. See here it is given in root these things. But what I will do is I just next I'll take this same thing in this report. Okay, save on desktop. Yeah, so it will be the report will be saved in this root. Okay, root CIS cat results. Start assessment. So assessment has been started. So I think some of the things are passed, some of the things are failed. Okay. So some around 181 tests are there. So slowly it test all those things and it will give the results. Okay. So this is the one of the tool actually you can take. So you can test any Windows or server, whatever it may be. Okay. So right now we are hardening with respect to this Linux based. Okay. So I think still it's loading, checking list components. Think yeah. So these are the some of the things. So meanwhile, what you can do, we can just minimize it. So we can just go to that PDF once. Yeah, this is one of the PDF actually. So where we can see key what are the configuration it checks and what are the things are done if you suppose in this what we say like hardening is done. So what kind of parameters we have to change and what are the impact level if it is not changing and how to recommendations can be given. So those things also it is clearly given. Okay. I think still it is taking the assessment, loading checklist components. Yeah, so can I mean yes, okay. So see here, this is one of the things, but actually I think when you see in this PDF, no, lot of things are there actually. Okay, so you have to harden what are the required things which you are needed. Okay, suppose this is the CRAM file systems. So if you go to the mounting of CRAM file systems, so by default it should be disabled. Okay, so if you suppose we go just what you can do means you just copy this mod pro -v cramfs. Okay, copy and you can just open this terminal. So Control Shift T. So if you want to open this another this thing, Control Shift T. So Control Shift T is nothing but you are opening in another tab. Okay. So same command I pasted here. Okay, mod prop -n-v cram. So are you able to see my screen, right? I opened one Linux virtual machine where I'm showing some practical commands. Okay, are you able to see my right? Yes, okay. Okay, great. So just hit enter. So what it has told like it has given this two modules actually. Okay. So but as per your documentation, just go to your documentation. So I think it is giving, yeah. So what exactly it has to give the error? See, this is the parameters which we are given. Yeah, run the following commands and verify the output as indicated. So it has to share, it has to tell key you have to install the bin true. Okay, but in my case, what it exactly it has given. So it has given the mod, actually the modules already which are there. Okay, that means my system is not compatible. Okay, so if you can go directly to this mode, yeah. So and again you execute the second command. So execute the second command. What exactly the output we have to get? We have to get the output, or we should not get the output. So we should get no output here. See, these are results are no output should get. Okay. So what we have done, we have copied the second command, copy, and go to the terminal. So this is the terminal actually where you can execute your commands. Okay. So these are the basic command line interfaces of the Ubuntu Linux. Okay. So just copy, paste. Okay. Just remove this hash. Okay. So that means there is no output. That means this part is compiled or not compiled. Can anyone can say whether it is a complied or not compliant? Ravi or anyone Nabina Bera compiled, right? Because why you are not compiled is, I mean, like, how can you say it is compiled or not? That means you are not got the output, right? So the basic your document says ki, yeah, correct, Dhananjay. So your basic output says ki when you type this command, it should not be output, okay? So suppose, but your first command is not complied, right? So what you have to do at that time? So for our the recommendation part, you have to go to the etc mod prop CI conf, right? So go to these things, yeah, and go to the terminal, gedit, gedit space slash paste. Okay. So here, this is a configuration file of with respect to that mod prop.d. Okay. So what you have to, as per the recommendation, what you have to write here? Can anyone can tell what is the recommendation I have to give? I am in the configuration file, right? I am in the configuration file of slash etc slash mod prop.d under the cs config file. So what I have to write so that my system gets hardened or compared to the system security systems. So you have to write install cramfs, right? Correct. So you have to just copy this thing, copy, go to terminal or gedit, paste here, okay, save here. This is a save button here. Can you able to see, right? Save it, okay. So here like that you can do this settings, okay. So again the same command. Next go to the second command. So here we will check whether our tool executed or not. Yeah, it executed, and yeah. So we have seen this view reports also. You will see the view reports. So are you able to understand why I am doing tool based and manual based? So view tools, view reports. I think yeah. So it will be saved in root. Yeah. So you can go to the slash. Okay. So ls. Okay, so this is the, I think you have to copy. Copy. Copy CDAC. Slash. So I copied the same thing into these things. I don't, so open with browser. So this is my results where you can see the what exactly the report has given with respect to the Linux file systems. Okay. So where how many file systems and how many things have been failed or how many things are passed. So you can just check this report, which is around yeah. So file systems, initial file system, disable unused file systems. So ensure mounting of CRAMFS file system is disabled. Okay. So you have to go to these things and you have to check. Okay. Assessment was done. So install -mod prom. So this is the command we executed and you have not got any output, right? So basically these are some of the things which you have to execute. So next come to the second this thing. Yeah, second, ensure mounting of a free VX file system is disabled, right? So you can just go to this command modprob -nvx free fx. Okay, this basically why exactly it is free VX file system is an free version of WhatES file system. Okay, I think you can skip this part which is not needed for you. So you can just come down. Come down. This is also file systems. You can just skip it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, FAT file system is FAT file system is needed. So basically, if you want to check the FAT file system, NTFS, because the latest technology file system is NTFS. Okay, the old file system was FAT allocation table FAT. Whenever we keep any pen drives or any old pen drives, so it sometimes gives key if your hard drive or hard disk or whatever it may be, it's a new technology file systems. Okay, so in order to mount, so that should be also compatible with the old file systems. So in order to harden or in order to check that same security, just copy this command and execute here. Okay, just execute here. Okay, cd clear clr clear. Okay, so control V paste. Okay, so it has not given any output. Okay, but the basically it has to give the install bin true output. Okay, that means my system is compiled or not compiled, whether my system is pass or fail. Okay, it is fail, right? So because it doesn't give any output, it should give the bin true option. Okay, the same thing one by one you can do it and also check. So ensure separate partitions have been installed for the slash term. Okay, so basically this slash temp is used for the direct word readable directory for storaging for temporary storage for all users and some applications, right? So basically if you want to check whether the slash temp is there or not, so what are the partitions are there in your file systems? Can anyone can tell in the Windows file system what are the partitions will be there and what kind of file system this Linux will have? Can anyone can tell what are the file systems Linux will have? Linux file systems, NTFS, Windows, correct? What about Linux? Dhananjay, Dhananjay Rao. FAT32 is also on Windows. Windows or Linux? FAT32. Okay. So what about Linux? Linux file system. Can anyone can tell what are the Linux file systems? So can we install the exe FAT32? FAT32 where in Linux or this thing Windows? Yeah, ext5. ext4 5 or 4 file system will be there. So yeah, only in Windows. Only in Windows about NTFS, right? Yeah. So ext file system is in Linux, right? ext3. Yes, ext3 file system. What is the newest version, newest file system? What is the new version of ext3? Can anyone can tell what is the root? What is the head of the root partition? So who is the head of the Windows partition? So there will be a root actually in Linux when you are installing a Linux operating system. So you have a root, okay? Yes, you have a root. Under the root, you have a home. Under the home, you have a subdirectories, right? But what about in case of the Windows file system? So you have a C directory. You have a system 32 program files. Under the program files, you have all the list of drivers or services installed, right? So if you want to see that real file system of the Linux, so you can go to this file system, computer. Here is your file system, right? So your main the head of the all the file system is root here. Okay, this is the root. Okay. Then under that there is a home. Under the home, so there are the users are there. Under the users, they have their separate desktops. They have the separate documents. They have the separate download folders. They have separate pictures folders and all those things, right? So these are the some of the things like Linux and Windows will further divide. Okay. So all clear. So I think we'll just go to this one by one this forwarding. Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is completed. So what are the Linux you use in your office PC or laptop or anything? What is the flavor of Linux you use in your environment? Can anyone can tell what is the Fedora? Okay. Ubuntu. So what is the Ubuntu flavor? What is the file? I mean, like, what is the extension is used in Ubuntu? What is the package? It will use package format. Can we install the .exe in Linux? Can we install the .exe? No. But there is an application with name Wine. Whether you heard this application, WINE, Wine application. Okay, so there is if your application is if it is less in DLL, so it can be installed using the Wine application. Okay, but if the particular software goes deep into the DLL, we cannot install that exe file to your Ubuntu machine. Okay, that means in your Linux machine. So these are one of the application. So it can be done with respect to this particular applications. Okay, so I think we can check the temp directory whether it is there or not. Just copy this command mount /grep/temp. Okay, so basically temp partition is usually used to insert support for the special cache character drivers and devices. Okay, so basically used for creating a new directories. Just copy this command and execute here. So mount grep temp. So what is the error it has given? It has given no output. Okay. So but as per your compliance, what is the thing? It has to give that where exactly the temp file partition is mounted and what kind of permissions. Okay. Here you can see that you can able to see this the PDF, right? Zoom and all those things is okay for you. Yeah. So this is a TMPS is a file system. Which is mounted /TMP is the mount point, okay, and type is the file system read write. RW is nothing but read write, and this is the UID permissions, node permissions, execute real time. Okay, so these are the things which we can do. And suppose if it is not mounted, so you have to manually mount here. Okay, /dev/temp, copy it, and you can paste it. Okay, so. Okay, what it is telling mount temp not mounted or bad options. In some cases, useful is syscop. Try DMSL log. Okay, so that means that if there is a no TMP partition is there in my separate TMP. Okay, separate TMP partition is not there. It is giving that error. Okay, so that means my system is not compatible. So that means like not hardened to attacks with respect to attacks. What is possible? So okay. So in the same manner, you can do this for the remaining thing also. So we can just check the var. So ensure separate partition exists for the /var. Okay. So basically slash var is nothing but like it is a directory used by the different daemons, okay, to create, to temporarily store the dynamic data, right? Some directories may create this process by word writable, okay. So we can just copy this command and check whether it is compiled or not. Copy, paste it. Okay. So that means it is output is not there. So whether it is compiled or not compiled, can anyone can tell? So where is not compiled, right? Compiled or not compiled? Are you able to hear me? Right? Yeah. Same thing you can just execute one by one. This is the manual based. So anyway, tool based also we have seen. Just minimize it. Yeah, this is my tool report. Okay. So such kind of report will comes when you're using this CIS cat tool. Okay. So these are different file systems. One by one you can go it. Yeah, file system regularity integrity is checked. Yeah, so these are the things, sticky bit directory is installed or not. Just check this option whether it is there, software updates are there or not. Okay, we will check this way. AID is nothing but it is an snapshot of, it takes the snapshot of all the file systems, including modification times, permissions, and file hashes. Okay, so these are the different applications, whether it is there or not. You can check it by the following command. Okay, just take this command apt-get install, so it will install this command actually. AID is nothing but is written file systems, okay, file system permissions, modification, something is why basically it is used by monitoring this thing. The file system compromise files can be detected to prevent misconfiguration, malicious misconfiguration, and etc. Copy and execute this command apt-get install AID. Okay, so that means the AID is not there, so I'm installing the AID freshly here to protect my system from any intrusions. Yeah, so let's select OK. Okay. Okay. So these are some of the things you have to do each one by one for hardening, etc. Okay. So running, it will give these things after installing the particular packages. Okay. So just let it happen. So we can go to the second screen. So you can open multiple tabs actually. Okay. So yeah. So the next command says ensure file system integrity is regularly checked. Can we run this CS cat tool in CLI mode? CLI mode on Linux? Yeah, actually, sir, this is a CLI mode only. I just show this. This is a file system actually. When I run the script file, no, this is my first screen which appears. When you extract the files, no, let me just show it to you that file so that you get that idea. So once you copy this, this is the zip file, sir. When you download, no, so this is a zip file actually. When you unzip it, this is the file actually. Okay, when you open this, so you will get these things. Okay, syscat, jar, bat file, and syscat sh file. Okay, but actually, for installing these things, you have to run this Java actually. Okay, so what I have done is I just this is my file name actually. I just copied these things into the terminal mode. Okay, here you can see how I executed this command. sh, you have to go to that file where exactly your file is there. So it is kept in home, CDAC, desktop, CIS, cat, full. Okay. This is the full thing where exactly my command is there. Okay. So, but you have to install this sh file only. Sh file is nothing but this is your main file. Okay. Can you able to see my that extract files here? There are some around 9 files are there. Okay. So you have to extract the dot script file, dot sh file. So I think you know installation, how to do this installation basically with respect to the if it is a sh file. Okay, that means it is a script file. Just you have to run, that's it, and you'll get a output. So once you've done the this thing, so here you will get this screen actually. Okay, so info created user is one. Then your next screen will be this thing. Next screen will be this one for you. Okay, once the assessment is done, so you can directly view the report. Okay, but keep in mind like the reports will not be saved every time to the same location. So it will be a default location where exactly your report will be saved. So you have to see where exactly the report will be saved, and you can go to that location and check what is your hardening level of your PC and your network devices or whatever it may be. Okay. So the same thing you can check it out one by one. So I'll just go to this option one more time. Yeah. So ensure file layout is done or not. To run the following command, use this command. Okay. Run to and add this. Yeah, execute this thing. Okay. So what it is telling, no cron tab means cron tab is not installed, even though it is editor. So you should install this cron tab. Okay. So then what it is telling, if it is not there, so you have to add a file lining, add the ASICs. Okay. So we are going to this. Yeah, secure boot setting. Ensure permissions on bootloader configuration are configured. Okay. So you can just check the grub. Grub is nothing but your so the default file permissions of the file system permissions. Okay, if two OS is there, so what exactly need to be run? So such things you can see in the grub. Let me just complete this. Okay, so that means already it is there. So run the following to set the permissions of a grub. So here again you have to run chmod OG plus. Okay, the same thing you can do one by one, and also like as I told, like there is a bootloader. What do you mean by bootloader? Basically, loader. So basically, if you have a PC, you have a Windows PC, right? So most of the people, what they will do means they will install a dual boot. So you have idea of the dual boot. Dual boot is nothing but you are installing a two OS in a single PC. I mean, like it's a dual boot. Suppose if it is a Windows, so once you start the Windows, Windows will be on. So if it is a drop down menu, so it will be another OS will be installed. Okay. So that means like you can install some n number of OSs that depends upon your RAM size and your hard disk size and your processor speed and your how many cores you are using. Okay. So it depends like how many RAM space and how many hard disk size is there with respect to your PC. Okay. So dual boot is nothing but as I told, like suppose any server is installed, server is restarted or desktop is restarted. So if there is a no this bootloader is there, so what exactly the hackers will do means they just put the pen drive some kind of code or some kind of OS in the pen drive and they will make it as a bootable. Okay. So for in order to avoid those things, such kind of activities, so we are setting a bootloader passwords. Okay, bootloader passwords. So setting the bootloader password, we require that anyone rebooting the system must enter the password. Okay, must not able to set command line interfaces, etc. That means he or she who is able to reboot the system, compulsory he or she has to type that password. Okay, because it was already hardened PC. So such kind of things you can execute. You can do the harden one by one. Okay. So just what you can do is you just go on with this one by one commands. Okay. So hope it is clear for you, right? So any doubts here with respect to this hardening of the Linux? Any doubts? If no doubts means we'll go to the next session. So are you able to understand, right, what exactly you need to do? It is expected from us that we already know command of Linux, or we provide some material for Linux. Yes, sir. This the commands which I'm telling, no. So I'll give that PDF file to you. Okay. So basically, you just execute those commands in your uh, with respect to the tool, and you can see whether it is a PC is hardened or not. Okay. So Linux command we will be having one material cell I will provide you. So I think if you just type these passwords, the commands from this hardening point of view, then it will be good, sir. Okay. So I think yeah. I just see there. I think there is some separate alag session is a network devices also hardening part. So any doubts as per the hardening point of view with respect to the Windows or Linux? So that if no doubts are there, we can just go to the this what we say like next part, that is the network devices. Okay, how to harden a basic. I will not go deep into those things. I'll tell you what is the command and how to harden it. Okay, so those commands also will be sharing with you as per the benchmark standards. Okay, so any doubts till here? Let me just come after 2 minutes. Huh? Okay, so we'll move to the next topic actually. So hardening of the network devices. So just be online, we'll be sharing. Abhi, I shared with you. See, please check it out. So.